In the ancient kingdom of Eldoria, nestled among towering mountains and lush valleys, there lived a dragon knight named Seraphis. Seraphis was no ordinary dragon. He was a magnificent creature with scales that shimmered like polished emeralds and wings that cast vast shadows over the land. From a young age, Seraphis displayed extraordinary strength and intelligence, qualities that caught the attention of the royal family. King Alden, a wise and benevolent ruler, saw the potential in the young dragon and took him under his wing. Seraphis was raised in the royal court, treated as both a protector and a loyal friend to the king and his family. He grew up alongside Prince Eamon and Princess Elara, forming a bond with them that was akin to that of siblings. As Seraphis matured, his loyalty and dedication to the royal family and the people of Eldoria deepened. He trained diligently, honing his skills in combat and learning the ways of strategy and leadership. As word of Seraphis's prowess spread, he became a symbol of hope and strength for the people of Eldoria. He led many successful campaigns against the kingdom's enemies, his presence on the battlefield often enough to instill fear in the hearts of those who opposed Eldoria. Seraphis's bravery and wisdom earned him the title of Dragon Knight, a position of great honor and responsibility. He was revered not just as a warrior, but as a guardian of the kingdom, a role he embraced with unwavering commitment. Peace in Eldoria was shattered when an ancient enemy, the dark sorcerer Malakar, returned with an army of shadowy beasts. Malakar, once banished from the kingdom for his dark arts, had spent years amassing power and followers. His desire to conquer Eldoria and exact revenge burned with a fiery intensity. The first sign of trouble came when villages on the outskirts of the kingdom were attacked, their inhabitants driven away or taken captive. King Alden called upon Seraphis to lead the kingdom's defense. The Dragon Knight, with his fiery breath and indomitable spirit, became the heart of Eldoria's resistance. The battles were fierce, with Seraphis often finding himself at the front lines, defending his beloved kingdom with every ounce of strength he possessed. His strategic mind and combat skills were unparalleled, and his presence bolstered the morale of the troops. Despite their efforts, the enemy forces were relentless. Malakar's magic was powerful, and his army seemed endless. The once vibrant and peaceful kingdom was now a land of constant fear and uncertainty. Seraphis and King Alden devised a plan to confront Malakar directly, hoping to end the conflict once and for all. The stakes were high, but Seraphis was ready to lay down his life for his king and country. The plan involved a daring raid on Malakar's stronghold, a fortress of dark stone and twisted magic deep in the heart of the Shadowlands. Seraphis led a small, elite group of warriors on this perilous mission, their hearts steeled for the challenges ahead. The journey to the fortress was fraught with danger, as they navigated treacherous terrain and fended off attacks from Malakar's minions. The final battle took place in the shadow of the ancient Dragon's Peak, a place of great power and significance. Seraphis and King Alden led their forces into the heart of Malakar's army. The clash of swords and the roar of dragons filled the air as magic and fire lit up the night sky. Seraphis fought valiantly, cutting through the ranks of shadowy beasts with his blazing breath. His emerald scales deflected spells and weapons alike, making him a formidable force on the battlefield. In the midst of the chaos, Seraphis faced Malakar in a deadly duel. The sorcerer's eyes glowed with malice as he unleashed a torrent of dark energy at Seraphis. The Dragon Knight countered with a blast of fire, but the dark magic began to overwhelm him. Seraphis's strength was formidable, but Malakar's dark powers were unlike anything he had encountered before. As the duel raged on, Seraphis realized that Malakar's magic was drawing strength from the very land itself, corrupting everything it touched. With every strike, Seraphis felt the weight of his kingdom's fate on his shoulders. He fought with a ferocity born of desperation and love for his home, his scales glistening with sweat and blood. Seeing Seraphis in peril, King Alden rushed to his aid, but was struck down by Malakar's magic. The sight of his fallen king filled Seraphis with a renewed sense of purpose. With a final desperate effort, he lunged at Malakar, his jaws closing around the sorcerer. The impact disrupted Malakar's spell, but Seraphis was gravely injured in the process. The sorcerer's dark energy seeped into his wounds, and Seraphis knew his time was short. With the enemy forces retreating, realizing their leader had fallen, Seraphis turned his attention to King Alden. The king lay motionless on the ground, and Seraphis, with great effort, cradled him gently in his wings. The battlefield grew quiet as the remaining soldiers of Eldoria gathered around their fallen king and the dragon knight who had saved them. As Seraphis lay dying, his life force fading, he looked at the faces of the people he had sworn to protect. He saw their grief and their gratitude. As his vision blurred, Seraphis felt a deep sense of fulfillment. He had given everything for his king and his kingdom. His life, though ending, had been one of purpose and honor. The people of Eldoria, in their sorrow, began to understand the true depth of Seraphis's sacrifice. His bravery had saved them, but the cost had been great. They watched in silence as the light in Seraphis's eyes dimmed and his breathing slowed. With his last breath, Seraphis let out a soft, mournful roar, a final farewell to the land he loved. In the days that followed, Eldoria mourned the loss of their brave dragon knight and their beloved king. Seraphis and King Alden were buried together at Dragon's Peak, their final resting place, a symbol of their unbreakable bond and their ultimate sacrifice. A monument was erected in their honor, depicting Seraphis with his wings protectively around the king. The kingdom of Eldoria, though grieving, found strength in the legacy left by Seraphis and King Alden. Inspired by the bravery and sacrifice of their fallen heroes, the people of Eldoria rebuilt their kingdom with renewed determination. They told stories of the courageous dragon knight who fought for their freedom, teaching their children the values of loyalty, courage, and selflessness. Seraphis became a legend, his name synonymous with heroism. His story was passed down through generations, a testament to the power of sacrifice and the enduring impact of a life lived with purpose. The monument at Dragon's Peak became a place of pilgrimage, where people came to pay their respects and draw inspiration from the story of Seraphis. In time, Eldoria flourished once more. The people, united by their shared history and the memory of their heroes, forged a kingdom stronger and more resilient than before. They celebrated the Day of Seraphis each year, a day of remembrance and gratitude, where the story of the Dragon Knight's bravery was told with reverence and pride. The moral of Seraphis's story is a poignant reminder of the power of sacrifice and the enduring impact of a life lived with purpose. True heroism is not measured by the victories won, but by the selfless acts of bravery and the willingness to protect others at all costs. Seraphis's legacy lives on in the hearts of the people of Eldoria, a testament to the strength of the human spirit and the unbreakable bond of friendship and loyalty. His story teaches that even in the face of great adversity, the courage to stand up and fight for what is right can inspire generations and create a lasting legacy of hope and honor.